Welcome to The Beat with CQ Roll Call. I'm Ryan Teague Beckwith. Today's beat, the budget. We'll be talking with CQ reporter Joe Schatz about the debt ceiling debate. Welcome, Joe.
Thanks, Ryan.
Speaker Boehner recently said that tax hikes are off the table, but not everyone agrees on what a tax hike is.
Exactly. As this whole debt debate starts, both sides are sort of staking out their positions on taxes. Republicans are saying that all tax hikes are off the table. Democrats are being a little bit more, they're trying to debate what a tax hike is exactly. Tax expenditures, which are a lot of the deductions and credits in the tax code, which are really more spending than taxes. Democrats want those to be on the table, but a lot of anti-tax advocates say that sort of cleaning the tax code of those deductions and expenditures would actually be a tax increase. You're already seeing it on the debate over oil and gas tax breaks, whether those are subsidies or tax breaks. And what you're going to see from Democrats is an argument that these tax expenditures are really a form of spending and should be eliminated from the tax code.
Now, the oil and gas issue is one that sort of arose separately and has gotten looped into this. What other issues have ended up becoming a part of this whole fight?
Exactly. I mean, this whole debt limit debate and this debate over reducing the debt has really subsumed the entire budget process right now. The normal appropriations process will begin in the House soon, but in the Senate it's sort of on hold indefinitely as these debt negotiators figure out if there's a longer-term deal they can come to. The budget chairman in the Senate, Kent Conrad, said last week that whether or not a budget resolution will be debated on the floor like it usually is also in question. You know, the White House and congressional leaders may decide that they want to do some sort of law instead of a non-binding budget resolution.
How long is this going to buy us if and when they reach a deal? Is this something that's going to last a year, or is this going to last us through the next elections and then we're going to revisit it all over again?
That's a key negotiating point right now. Republicans have said that the length of or the size of the debt limit increase that they'll agree to is entirely dependent on what the White House and Democrats give them in terms of spending cuts or spending curbs. And when I say spending curbs, I mean not necessarily immediate spending cuts, but targets and promises of spending caps in the future. So it could, you could get a deal like many want that would basically make it so that the debt limit did not need to be revisited until after the 2012 election. You could have a situation where they have to take another vote before the election, which really nobody wants to do. You could have a situation where you have month-to-month or week-to-week debt limit increases, sort of like it was earlier this year when Republicans and the White House are trying to work out a deal to avert a government shutdown.
Now, we have several different deals that are out there. You've got Joe Biden's group, you've got the Gang of Six, you're even starting to hear Simpson-Bowles be talked about again. What are some of the key signals that we should be looking for to determine which of those is going to end up being the deal?
I think the important thing to remember is that, in the last few big debates, the government shutdown debate, the debate at the end of last year over extending the Bush tax cuts, it wasn't any gang, any official gang or any official negotiating group that came up with the deal. It was a very small number of people in a very small room. And so the signals from these different groups are really more at this point about, letting each side air out its views, sort of getting the differences out there, letting each side put down, show the public where it stands on these different issues before an eventual deal is cut, probably by an even smaller group of people.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.